Okay, here I am spreading the glue. The thickened epoxy, you see how it is. It's about like mayonnaise or thereabouts. And I'm going to spread it on here, about like so. Kind of thick. Don't care how thick. If I got to squeeze out, I guess that shows that it's about a star joint at least. And I'm going to put that spatula, I'll put a knife on it here in just a minute and get it pretty smooth and even. And I'm going to flip it over. I wasn't going to do this, but I am going to do it now. I decided that I'd go ahead and put it on both sides. It's going to be a little messy because I got it thick, but that's the way the ball bounces. Plus, I've got wax paper on there. Alright. Now we're going to flip her over. Try to line it up. About something like that. I'll move it back and forth. I didn't ever putty it, knife it, so I'm going to move it back and forth a little bit. Now I'm going to take this long straight edge over here. Make sure the edges are lined up. Start off with the noise. There's some more of it. I'm good at that. As my grandson says, I'm good at that. That would be William. You're listening, William. That's you back when you were about 7 years old. I'm real proud of William. He's a good boy. He's on a religious mission right now, and he's doing great. Doing his job. Okay. Now I'm going to put wax paper over that and screw it down, and I'll show you how that looks in just a minute. Okay, we got it screwed down with a piece of 3/8 ply. I think there's plenty of screws in there. You might notice that I've got a spacer underneath here that's 3/4, another spacer over here that's 3/4, so that joint will be nice and flat. And then I put this over it, and that'll make that joint really flat. You know, so they won't be out of line when they're together. So, and of course I use this straight edge down here to make sure the edges are aligned ahead of time. So, looks like to me everything is lovely. We'll wait and let her dry, and we'll see. We'll see you later. Okay, girls and boys, we got the frames glued and screwed in place, and just beyond this frame work is the bottom of the boat that I've just sawed to basic shape, and we're going to put it up there on the top in a little bit and take a look, see how it fits. And it better fit. See you later. Okay, we're back at it again. This is the bottom of the bottom. Of course, I've also trimmed it to some degree. It's not perfectly trimmed, but it's close, so I can set it back up on there when everything's nice and dry. And that's just a fairing compound I've got on there where the scarf joint is. It's not bad, but I just want to make sure it's as good as I can get it. And of course that comes from over here. Now there is the boat, or the framework of the boat. And I've used some of that fairing compound to fill up the holes, the screw holes that I countersunk. That's the bow and so forth. I kind of like the curvature of this. I hope it works out as good in practice as I think it will. But I got the curvatures, I think, pretty even on the sides here. You look across it, it's real level. It drops down on the front here, on this side here. It's a 3-inch drop, or a rise when you're in the boat. It would be a 3-inch rise at the front of the boat, which is what I wanted. That's the way I drew it up, so to speak. All right, well, that's where we are right now. And of course, down here, just for the heck of it, these are the sides that have been already scarfed and just waiting. And they're a little too wide, about 3 or 4 inches too wide, but I'll trim all that when the time comes. All right, that's where we are right now. Catch you down the road. Okay, I'm worn out, but I got the bottom glued on. I got it screwed on the bow and the transom, and the clamps around the chine all the way around. No screws there. It was kind of a ticklish operation to put thickened glue on all the bottoms, or the tops, I suppose, of the braces, and then hold that bottom all the way on both sides and let it down in exactly the right spot where I had it marked, so it wouldn't move once I got there. And it was pretty close. It might have moved a ½ inch or so, but anyway, my wife helped me on that, and she did a great job. And it's not light. That's 3/8 plywood, but it's 2 sheets. And we're trying to hold it up, you know, up chest high, so it wasn't real easy. But anyway, we got that part done, and next will come the sides, and we'll have a hole here very shortly. I spent most of the day trying to get a fair curve all the way around the braces, all the way around the sides, and I did a pretty good job of that, I think. I had to add a couple, just a little here and there, little slivers. I wanted a nice fair curve all the way around, and looked like I did a pretty good job on it. I guess we'll find out down the road. I bet you it'll float. I bet you that. See you later. Well, it's the next morning. Top's glued on all the way around. I do have a few screws in the bow right there, and I do have a few screws in the stern, because I want to pull them down nice and tight. There's the side got cut. They're 18 inches right now. They'll have a little swoop to it as I get it, when I get it turned over, but that's just a trial fit. So that's only a 1/4 inch side, so it would be fiberglass and all that. So it ought to be nice and strong eventually. See you later. Okay, we got the sides on this booger. That's sanding dust, you see. I got some, well, it's sort of like body filler, but it's epoxy with a filler that's made for fairing compound, I believe they call it. Looks just like Bondo, but it's not. But anyway, that's sanding dust, you see there. Now this is the front of the boat, the bow, and it looks massive, but it's just foreshortened by this lens. But that's only 24 inches across the front there. And of course it's 4 feet on the back. And the sides are really high right now. They will be trimmed down on a nice swooping curve when I get it flipped over. And it'll look a lot different from what you see now. And of course this has no fiberglass on the bottom of the sides yet, but it will before too long, and that's when we're going to catch you up on what's going on. See you later. Okay, here's Damon's boat. Got the glass ready to put on the bottom. I've got one coat of epoxy on the sides and the bottom, and I put on a nice bottom piece there that's going to help it stay straight in the water. It's about 3 or 4 inches high at the end. I've got it overlapped the sides. I got one batch of epoxy on the sides here. I mean on the bottom, and I'm about to put another one. It takes quite a bit to fill up the cloth, so it takes a lot more than you think. So there you go. Got it draped over the side too much here. I will trim that before I put the side stuff on. I've got the sides cloth cut, and I have to get my wife probably to help me put it on, because it'll be up and down. It'll want to fall off, but I may tape it on something. Anyway, I got to get it put on there, and whenever that time comes, it'll be after this dries. So there you go. See you later. Okay, so we got the entire boat covered in glass, except for that very center section there that's raised, which I'm going to put some epoxy that's soaked into some bias cut fiberglass and put over that, so I can get it cut and completely covered. And now I've got the grinder over there. All I'm doing is grinding down some rough spots and places that stick up a little bit that I didn't like. And it won't be too long, so it should be slick, and I'll put final 2 coats of epoxy on it. Just got 1 coat on the top, 1 coat on the raw wood. So we're going to put a couple more coats, and it ought to be ready to float for a good while. See you later. Well, we're trying to get ready to paint it. We are sanding it We got it mostly sanded now. This is not trying to get it really fine sanded, but just roughing up that surface of that epoxy. And we'll get it rolled here pretty quick. We're gonna see how it works. Catch you later. First coat, this is Easy Epoxy 3229 Bikini Blue. Oh yeah, that's what it is. And I thinned it about a 1/4 inch of thinner in a big tomato can and mixed about a 1/2 can in there of paint, and it got the whole dang boat. I was surprised. I rolled it, and I'm really surprised, but it really looks good. And I've ordered another quart of paint. I don't know whether I need that or not now. I got another 1/2 can of paint. Well, anyway, it's gonna be a pretty boat in my, and I guarantee you, if there's a little bobble somewhere, the fish won't care. Finally got this bugger turned over with some help. And of course I got a lot of work here to do. Got to cut all those frames on the top, get them all evened out. Got to put the in wales and out wales on there. Got to put a ring in the front. Got to have some reinforcement in that front on that bow there. And it'll be a nice one when it gets done. I'll let you know later. Well, we're fitting up the in wales and out wales. The right side over there, that is the left side, is pretty close. It's not quite there, and these other two have got to be fitted yet. You might be able to see a line right there on the side there where that outwell goes. That's got to be trimmed, and that's oh gosh, that's hard to do. I do it with a reciprocating